In this video, we've got a 17-foot tall garden monster that gave us over 100 pounds of harvest in like a 25 square foot area. And you guys will have an opportunity to get your hands on some of these too, if you want. Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. In this episode, I'm going to take these and see if I can get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds out of like a 6x6 area. Maybe it's only 5x5. This is maybe like 25 square feet, and I'm expecting over 100 pounds out of here, but we've got to check that with reality rather than just what I say. I also want to see how tall these guys are, so I'm going to cut one off and measure it. First thing I'm going to do is take one of these tallest ones, cut it down and measure it. These sunchokes or Jerusalem artichokes, absolutely amazing. They've long been a staple on our property, on our homestead. They do incredible for us. And the one thing I will say, since they're a spreading tuber, plant them somewhere that you don't mind them spreading. And also plant them somewhere that you're able to get down into that soil to get them back out. If I plant them just in the native soil here, I'd have a hard time getting them out because rock and clay is hard to dig through. But in this raised bed, it works really well. And on these mulched paths, then I can follow them down, collect them, and then kind of remulch the paths, adding the broken down path mulch into here as a top dressing. So I'm going to see if I can cut this guy off. You know what? Oh, I might need a bigger one. Oh.
Papa, I will get your scissors.
Oh, hold on, buddy. I think I can make it work. Thank you, though. Oh, boys. Oi. Wow. Let's snip a couple of side guys off. Make it a little easier to handle. Let's see how long this is. Oh no, it broke off. What? It didn't even take the whole thing? That cold hardy kiwi grabbed a hold of it. That's what that was. Wow. Yeah, that cold hardy kiwi was tangled in it. Here's the tip. Oh yeah, that had a grip. Alrighty. Here's the end. Here's this end. Bug, if you could hold right here with a finger on this side, so come on this side. Hold that. Right there. Hold it together. You little man, can you come hold this for me? You gotta hold that right there. Yes, sir? Alright. Yeah, you holding it? 17 feet 3 inches.
17 feet?
17 feet 3 inches. Oh. He's got the tip of this, but this one here, 17 feet 3 inches. I was thinking 14 feet. Wow. All right, let's go take a look at that and see what we're dealing with. So my garden is a series of rock raised beds. Here I've remulched for the year, okay? But around this sunchoke bed I didn't. So we have all this old mulch, yep. There's one right there, okay? This is what we're gonna be looking for, buddy. This is a sunchoke tuber. And then the stuff that's growing and it's just the old wood mulch. Here's the new wood mulch. Nice and wood mulchy. This stuff's more like soil. So we're gonna carefully, you can go barefoot here, buddy, rather than wearing your sister's shoes on the wrong feet. You can take those off, put them right outside the entryway here. But what I've got is this area. Can you give me that tape, son? We're just gonna measure it, see what we got here. And I planted some inside here. And then of course it grew up 17 feet over the top of everything. I'm gonna cut all these down. There's still some stuff on here, so I think the sheep and the cow will enjoy eating them. Can you go see if there's one right there, buddy? Do you see a sunchoke? Right by your hand. Is there a sunchoke there?
Yeah.
Can you pull it up and bring it to me? Yeah, look at that. That is a beautiful tuber here, guys. These guys are amazing. You get about a 10-to-1 return, so if I planted this, I'd get about 10 times this coming out. That's really big and healthy, which is incredible. We're gonna have a lot of fun getting these out, and I'm gonna see if we got over 100 pounds. I bet you we do. Can you walk down to that T-post there with this end?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Just straight to that T-post. Thank you, so right there. I'm gonna pull out, yeah, see this is 5 feet. From his T-post to mine is 5 feet. Okay, now come this way. Okay, he's at the T-post, oops. Okay, he's at the T-post there. And we got 5.5 feet here, 5'7". So, wow. Less than 30 square feet? That's not bad. We'll see what we got in here then. Cut all these down, feed them to the sheep. You can put a couple in there. You don't want to help with this project? You just want to eat beauty berries? Yeah. Cut these down, feed them to the sheep, dig through, see how many of these massive beasts we have in there. And wow, we're going to be ready. Wow, this side looks even narrower. This is probably about 5 feet like that was. That other one's just set back a little bit more. So this is just over 25 square feet. You might have saw me rolling up some wire. I like to run wire between the T-posts, keep everyone wrapped in so they're not tipping over. I saved 5 more that seem to be pretty long. Let me know if you think we got any longer than 17 foot 2 inches. I'm gonna snip these off and we're gonna measure them at the end once we pull everything out. But here is just this little area. This is where we're gonna start coming in. We're gonna start pulling up these tubers and we're gonna work through this whole thing. See, here's just the root system, which was where the tuber started last year. And then it shot off in every different direction to make all these guys to grow next year. And these can be eaten raw or cooked. We really like them, but let me snip these guys out of here, son, and then we'll start digging, okay? Hey, buddy. We're gonna start in the middle and we're gonna work our way out. You can pull that one up. But we're gonna kind of do it in a way that we can make sure to work through everything, because if I leave that there, that'll spread out from every direction next year and make more. And I'm probably gonna need, wow, look at that. Look at him go. Yeah, so see that long rope? Let me see this. This is what shoots out from the tuber. Let go, buddy. It shoots out this long runner, and then at the end of it, it forms next year's guy. Hey, buddy, hold up. Let me snip these guys. We'll move them off to the side, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna snip these and move these, and then we're gonna start digging, children. I am not sure I've ever seen clusters this big. Look at that. Now this is growing under a rock, so it's kind of flat-sided there. But wow. The one thing is we took last year off of gardening, 2022. So we didn't harvest. We just gave it a Sabbath year of rest. And that is massive. Dug anything there. Look at that. There's so many. Very, very tasty. You're like, these are so big and healthy. I don't think I've ever seen them like this. Probably that year off. So we're barely starting at the perimeter, working our way in. She's got, oh, I don't know, a quarter, third bucket already.
I just got right there.
And yeah, she's just got right there. And there's probably stuff she's sitting on top of too in the pathway. I've got some starting. These boys almost got a half bucket. It's definitely a healthy third. And you got some stuff going too, eh, buddy?
Yeah.
Wow, these are amazing.
That's just right out of here.
Yeah, I know. We got a long way to go. This is awesome. What a
I
harvest.
think we could get 10 buckets.
Ha! I don't think we can get 10. So now, I know it's kind of shadowy, we've taken it down as far as we could to the bare earth between these T-posts. We actually have 4 or 5 gallon buckets, which last I checked, A 5 gallon bucket was about 25 pounds. That looks like we're about 100 pounds right now, but we actually still have the outer perimeter to do. What I want to do at this point though is get my mulch. I'm going to mulch between these T-posts, put our rocks back up, and then we've got 10 buckets of soil we've pulled out of here. If there's any little piece of the tubers or roots, they can grow back from that, so I don't want to add those to a different raised bed and get them established there. Son, can you pull up that one and show that one did get established there? See, this right here we're gonna dig out in a bit, but yeah, that there, that's where one got established in another bed. So leave it in its spot and we'll trace it out from there. So I want to keep the soil from here in here, and we're actually gonna mend it on this bottom level once we get our mulch and our rocks in. We've got 2 5 gallon buckets full of rabbit manure there. We're gonna lay that down. Anytime that you're using something like rabbit manure in the garden, a lot of people will recommend you wait at least 6 months from the time you use it to pull anything out of the ground to eat. You can top dress things like tomatoes, peppers, other plants, and then you're eating the fruit from way above the ground. But if you're pulling things like carrots, potatoes, sweet potatoes, sunchoke tubers out of the ground, you're gonna wanna wait, they say, at least 6 months before you're actually eating food out of that. Well, the cool thing is, it'll be another year before we eat out of here. So we're gonna do that, add that layer of manure, start adding in some of this soil and the stuff from the outside, and then just double check everything on the outside. That's all gonna get top dressed in there, and then we're gonna remulch the outside and start fresh with a clean garden path rather than a bunch of soil that's been composting for 2 years. At this point, the whole thing is mulched and rocked. Now, I still got some stuff to pull up from the outside, but what I want to do is level this off, then put my stuff in for next year, my sunchokes, and then top them. And they're going to sit here and be tucked in for the winter, ready to sprout for the spring, which is the way I generally like to do things. So I'm going to kind of level this off with a couple buckets, add my guys in, show you what that looks like, and then tuck them in for the winter. And then we're going to measure those other ones, see if they're any longer, and give a weight on whatever we found from this whole thing, and see if we're over 100 pounds or not. Now, at a surface value, when I put these in, you guys are probably gonna look at it and be like, there's no way you're gonna get 100 pounds out of that. But if this one's over 100 pounds, then it's happened multiple years in a row. So I'm gonna plant these guys. Just select some good ones and plant them. Now, the ones I'm choosing to plant for myself are gonna look like this. They're gonna be planted in there, and the way I see it, I think every one of these next year, every one of these little bumps starts to grow, and then it will shoot off a nice long guy that'll run to all the new ones, you know. So you'll wind up with this, like, you know, spider web of guys dangling out from here. And boy, they can really grow. I mean, look at the runner on this. I got at least 14 inches, probably 16 or 18, between where it started, if that's where it started, and where it wound up. Give them room to run. Again, it's midday. We got trellises and sun, but I think you guys can get a general idea of what I did there. If I wasn't having such a loose, high nutrient, environment from the growing, I'd probably space them out a little more. But this is what I'm gonna do for here, and I'm probably going to actually top dress it for the winter with some rabbit manure as well. But we got 4, 9, 10, 15, 20, 27 of them in here. So that's going to be my crop for next year. Just going to tuck them in now and finish this stuff on the outside. Then we'll measure those guys up and give them a weight. Let's see if we got any longer ones, and then we're going to give these things away. So I lined up these other 5 long ones here. Hey cutie, how you doing, little sheep? And the longest one of them, although it is bent and my thing is straight, actually comes in at just over 15 feet. There it is, upside down. So that 17.2 was the longest. These guys want to eat them, I guess. Nibble on all that stuff. Oh yeah, way high. Oh, speaking of cows, it's not only the leaves. Our cow actually likes sunchokes. So up in here, I had a couple. I used a metal rake to dig a little bit of it out and nicked a couple of them up. So these ones here have little wounds, which could cause them to rot. I don't want to ship them. I don't want to plant them. Let's see if this cow will come here. Xenia! No. Yeah, whoa, she's going hard. Just try to eat that whole thing at once. Sheep's nibbling them too. So for me, what you have is a beautiful flower. It spreads really nice. It's very tall. Reproduces really well. And it's just hidden there under the ground. A good edible food supply, not only for us, but also for animals. So we're going to offer up some of these in our Etsy shop for anyone who's interested. There's 2 different size shippers they normally have at the post office, which cost, I don't know, the one's like $9.10 to ship. The other one's maybe 18 something. But I will gladly pack them full and ship some out. We didn't finish earlier. I got called away for a job quick, so we'll dig up the rest later. The ones we planted and the ones that we just fed the cow and sheep are not going to get weighed, but these ones here, 4 full buckets plus, I'm going to step on a scale, see what these guys weigh. And then, like I said, make them available for sale for you guys. Feel free to check the pinned comment if you're interested. I'd get your hands on some, get them planted if you got some property. I think they're absolutely amazing. We enjoy them, and they put out an incredible harvest. This really is about 25 square feet because this is narrower. That one's just a little bit longer, but it doesn't take much to grow an incredible harvest. All right, that's what it looks like, guys. I got it back into 4 buckets. Monster truck's gonna lift these up for me, and we're gonna check the weight. Okay, zeros, go. 24.6. Nice and gentle. 26.2. 26.2. Interesting. Different bucket. That's a completely different bucket than that one. Okay, back it off. 27.4. Sweet. Let's check our digits here. Yeah. Interesting. 50, 51, 78, plus 26, 98, 104, 104.4, I think. Well, that's 104.4 pounds minus what's still in the perimeter, minus what we fed the cow, minus what we replanted. So not bad. These guys are awesome. If you guys would like to get your hands on some, we're going to have a limited supply available. Some of them might be too big to ship, but we'll take the ones that fit and we'll try to package them appropriately and be able to get those out to people. They may vary, whatever you order based on the package I send it in. Maybe piles of smaller ones and maybe whatever. But wow, it's amazing. What a crazy harvest, guys, from a 17-foot tall garden plant.
Was that your tallest one?
17.2, yeah. The rest of them are about 15, so. Sunchokes again, children. Happy day, you.
Little peppers out.
Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Thumbs up. But well.
The cow head is good?
Yeah.
That's because you know.